Hello, 7th graders. Coming at you from the Deckner Mobile. I didn't have time to do it where I usually do in my office, but I wanted to come to you to do Tefillah Tuesday. It's a little bit of a hectic day with my daughter being sick and everything, but most of the information you need is reminded on Google Classroom. The behavior slips were a little bit off today just because I wasn't there at the end of the day. So we'll worry about that tomorrow. I have a list of people that need adjustments to their behavior charts based on the Chumash period, but all in all, I think most people were okay. I wanted to just remind you that the Tefillin thing is coming up, the Tefillin Quest is coming up on Thursday, so please make sure you only have 2 days to study. There's 20 slides that they're on online there on Google Classroom, so just scroll down, find a couple of posts ago. I'll move it to the top maybe tonight if I have time, but they're all there. There's a couple of posts earlier last week or two. So please review that. And CCP for Gemara class, whether you're Rabbi Framwitz or I, please make sure you're reviewing. Again, V'chiyuton, that Tashma is a little bit challenging to follow if you're not doing a review. If you use Merkava, like I posted yesterday, even for Rabbi Framwitz, if you'd like to look at Merkava, that helps a lot. And the way we've been doing it in our Gemara class, where we've been adding English to the words that are challenging into the index of our Gemara, that also might help while you're doing Chazar. So please make sure you're doing that. A lot of our boys have always been shouted out. A lot of the names come from our 7th grade, so it's great, especially Rabbi Dr. Rabbi Framwitz's classes. Please make sure you keep that up. And for the boys that haven't done CCP so much this year, I really encourage you. It's never too late, and every 8 things you get a prize. So you don't have to feel like you're always far behind, because you'll get something after 8 no matter what. This week's Tefillah Tuesday. And if you made it with me this far, thank you very much. This week's Tefillah Tuesday is on Shiru LaHashem Shir Chadash Tilaso B'Kal Chasidim. It's the second to last Hallelujah. It is a very famous Hasidic song. If I can post the MP3 onto my Google Classroom, I will. But it is a Shiru to Hashem. It's a song to God, praising Him for all that He does. Of course, that's why we have all those 5 Halukas. Each one, specifying a separate, like a little bit different nuance, a little different praise to Hashem. This one has a very famous line, Romamos Kael Begroinam, which is, English roughly translates to HaKadosh Baruch Hu's praises through the throat. Rabbi Bernstein has written on the sheet, I can try to post it attached to this post in the Google Classroom, that if you look closely at the top, he writes that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us the 5 senses. He gives us arms, legs, ability to go to the bathroom, all these things that are natural, so to speak, especially the ability to talk and sing, sometimes we take for granted. Sometimes we don't necessarily think about it, and for granted means I don't necessarily appreciate it, and that's just expected. That, of course, tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'll be able to sing, I'll be able to talk, I'll be able to have a conversation, I'll be able to understand the person talking to me, I'll be able to listen with my ears to the person talking to me. All these things sometimes are taken for granted, meaning we don't appreciate them, that we have them because they're expected, it's natural. This Shiru, this Mizmor, is the second to last one in all of Tehillim. The second to last one. Why would David choose this one to almost basically end the entire 150 Kapitulach with? Because the idea of appreciating HaKadosh Baruch Hu and the things that He does for us, even though they might seem to be natural, even though they might seem to be mundane, they might seem to be expected, that I wake up with my legs working. Of course, it happens every day, Baruch Hashem, B'li Ein Hara. That it's still important to take it into consideration that some people don't have that. Some people were either born without it, or they lose it at some point in their lifetime. And so while we have it, we should recognize that it's a miracle that we still have it. Even though it's expected, even though it's natural, it is still a miracle nonetheless, that we're alive, that we're breathing, that we can talk, that we can see, that we can hear, that we can feel, that we can walk. That can go on forever. So tomorrow, your job is both. You need to fill out the form. I usually try to post a form or Google form with a little couple questions. And number 2, please, this will be on the Google form actually, tomorrow, before you say Hallelujah, Shir LaHashem Shir Chadash Tilaso B'Kal Chasidim, the 4th out of the 5 Hallelujahs, right after Ashrei, have in mind the ability to talk, the Romamos Kael Begroinam, our ability to sing Hashem's praises. It should not be taken for granted. Rabbi Block sings beautifully in Shalsheles. He would be so, he appreciates having a voice. It's how he made a lot of parnasa that way. He became famous that way. Rabbi Block's amazing. And part of it is because HaKadosh Baruch Hu blessed him with a beautiful voice. And he appreciates it every day, he told me. So we should take that into consideration when we're davening. Right before we say this one, pause and say, wow, I can't believe I'm about to be able to say Hallelujah, Shir LaHashem Shir Chadash Tilaso B'Kal Chasidim. I'm able to speak, I'm able to daven, I'm able to sing to Hashem. And maybe this Friday when we have Hallel, another thing to keep in mind, this Friday is Rosh Chodesh Adar Aleph. that we should be able to sing at Hallel. It should not be taken for granted, boys. With that, I wish you a good night. Please make sure that we're on time tomorrow and we get a good start on the day. Bye, guys.